Addressing the HIV/AIDS epidemic in Nigeria requires a concerted effort with stakeholders in Abuja, advocating for increased funding to fill existing gaps. With 1.9 million Nigerians living with HIV, heightened awareness and education efforts are imperative to curbing further transmission, as Ibrahim Ismail reports.
In recent years, many African countries, Nigeria included, have relied on donor agencies to finance their HIV response effort. However, stakeholders are advocating for a shift, emphasizing the importance of governments taking on a more active role in funding. Sustainable funding is essential to combat the spread of infection, particularly among youth, who comprise the largest demographic in the country.
The 9% was talking about the budgets, the domestic budgets, the funds that is coming from the federal government. And I can assure you that our President Bola Ahmed Tinubu, is very passionate about this. And I'm sure in the coming years, the domestic budget, will increase, just like you heard, the chair of ATM, the Honorable Amobi say, so we are improving gradually. And this conference is also to emphasize the need to have that domestic resources and to have ownership, government ownership of the mandate, the response to the HIV treatment and also the prevention aspects.
As the call for sustainable funding for HIV and AIDS response grows louder, youth advocates are pushing for increased enlightenment programs to raise awareness about HIV safety protocols among Nigerians. Abdul Qadir Ibrahim, representing the network of people living with HIV and AIDS in Nigeria, highlights the importance of such initiatives.
So all we need is people to go out and know the HIV status. That's the best thing every citizen could do, because once we are able to know the estimated number of people who know their HIV status, and eventually among those who get tested, we're able to know those that are positive, then we should be able to put them on treatment. So once that is done, I'm pretty sure we have a pathway of ending the AIDS epidemic in Nigeria.
Participants in the HIV prevention conference are sharing their experiences, underscoring the need for proactive measures in combating the epidemic.
Yeah, actually it's worrisome because, most people look at HIV/AIDS as a sickness that is gotten from sexual activities, but it's more than that. You can just contract it from maybe making contact with someone that already has the disease through blood contact, or maybe using an object that the person used. So you can get it without even knowing that you're in it. Maybe you use the barber's shop and maybe he didn't sterilize his barbering tools.
Basically what we're actually into is to actually desegregate HIV messages to adolescents and young persons. So we have a WhatsApp group where we actually educate young MSM who are male sex worker on how they could actually stay safe and actually protect themselves from HIV.
In the past year, the National Agency for the Control of AIDS introduced the National HIV and AIDS Strategic Plan 2023-2027 alongside the Sustainability Pathway for National HIV Response 2023 to 2030. This document aimed to bolster the HIV response with the overarching goal of ending AIDS by 2030. However, their full implementation hinges on securing sustainable funding. Without adequate financial support, achieving this ambitious target will remain out of reach. Ibrahim Ismail, Trust TV News, Abuja.